Hello comrades, it's me, Horatiu Zglimbea, the baby communist, and we're right here on the set of The Quick Take. Joining me for like the millionth time, we're tired of him already, young Keanu, Noah Thulin. Welcome back, thanks for going to see this movie with me.
You owe me.
Settle down now, okay? I gave you pizza, relax yourself. We just came back from seeing Maze Runner: The Death Cure. It is the third Maze Runner movie. So
this is the first part of the third.
No,
right?
No, they're done with that.
Oh, they're not doing that
they
anymore?
finished.
So when are they going to do the prequels to these ones that haven't even been written yet?
Stop giving them ideas. God damn it!
Call me Hollywood. Call me.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this real quick. Tell Noah not to give Hollywood stupid ideas, but before we do that, we're gonna have to do the theme song. Welcome back to The Quick Take. Before we get into the review, of course, we have to do the customary IMDb plot synopsis. Young hero Thomas embarks on a mission to find a cure for a deadly disease known as the flare. That's all.
I feel like that's not accurate to what happens in the movie. Before
we get into our review, we're gonna kick it to a very special guest coming in live from California, from LA. Dan Gordon, host of The Take, is here to give us his thoughts on the movie. And if you'll turn your attention to the screen.
Is this thing on? How do you make it go? How do you make it record? Oh, there we go. Hey guys. I'm driving right now, I'll keep it brief. I just got out of Maze Runner, one of the best movies of
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, I wanted to do that too after I saw the movie.
Oh,
but, you know.
We don't know if he's okay.
I mean, I think I'd rather be in his position.
I need to give him a call. Okay, well, it looks like Dan's fine. He is paralyzed from the neck down, but he's alive. Our sympathies go out to you, Dan. You know, when you're back in town, we'll move the couch aside a little bit and give you some room.
For your stretcher.
For your stretcher, exactly.
And all your medical equipment.
And we'll talk about movies. So, feel better. So, Noah, getting right into it, forget Dan for a second. What did you think of the movie?
Mediocre.
Yeah.
1 out of 10. That's it.
We can't review movies like this. So the movie was, I think, a typical action movie. It was another rehashing of the Hunger Games. I wasn't really impressed with much. The acting of the kids was pretty good. Not the main kid. He couldn't act himself out of a paper bag. He's the next Keanu Reeves. Sorry to tell you that, but he doesn't have much acting range. You said a couple of times when we were driving back that you didn't feel the emotion that he was conveying.
Oh, no. I mean, you forget he's the main character at the time because he does nothing that's like, there's nothing that defines him personality-wise or even action-wise. He's just a guy until they plot contrive a way to make him special in some way.
Which is miraculous. He's special because his blood has some kind of antigen that cures everything.
Right, and they pull this out of their ass at the 15 minutes in like the least remarkable way possible, and then don't do anything really with it. They literally hit the climax, and then it was like the falling action, and then it's like, oh wait, where are we going after this? And then the movie just kind of fizzles out after that.
Oh, these are very, very smart words.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I did not go to cinema school.
You just sit and you watch movies, and then you write papers pertaining to understand them.
Gotcha.
Even though you just rip everything from the internet.
I see. So plagiarism.
I look forward to your emails, Professor.
Between the two of us, we've seen 2 of the Maze Runner movies. We kind of skipped the second one. So we're gonna give a little bit of leeway when it comes to the plot because I'm sure there was some character development and plot development in the second one that YouTube summary, a 3-minute YouTube summary didn't cover. The plot itself of the movie was very not good.
Their single goal is to save their one friend Mio, and that's it.
Minho.
Mio.
Minho.
Mio's Dio.
Okay.
Their only goal is to save their one friend that they screw up at saving at the beginning.
The guy that was captured apparently in the second one.
It's such a badly put together scene too, because there's a heist on a train. Basically, they're trying to steal this one car full of a bunch of slaves. They go up to it, they knock on it. Hey, is that you? Are you in there?
And everyone
then a
screams.
bunch of people start screaming. It's like, yeah, he's in there. And then they get the wrong one. They rescue some characters who you see for about 5 minutes, and then never show up until the very end again. So,
exactly. But
yeah.
I do think you're supposed to recognize them from the Scorch trials.
But this other character, they put such a big importance on his capture and what, like, the bad guys, who are called Wicked, by the way. And
WCKD, though.
Yeah, I know it's typical to have your organization have a secretly evil name, but come on, guys. And the rest of the movie is them trying to do that, while one of their other friends who defected to the Wicked's side is trying to vie for making a cure. Yeah. And that's a really sympathetic cause. Honestly, the only side of the Wicked thing that doesn't seem right is the fact that they're torturing these people, but a lot of the people are people that are dying already or going to die, and it's for a noble cause. They're trying to fix this. It's really hard to root against them, and when the girl who defected to their side ends up joining back up with them and is like, your one person's cured from that deadly virus that's ravaging the entire world. Maybe you should look into that. They're like, you're trying to trick us, aren't you?
Exactly.
It's like, as she's helping them when she doesn't need to.
Yep. It doesn't make sense. The plot of the movie is filled with plot holes, and you don't really feel for many of these characters.
Because they spend no time trying to develop any of the characters.
But again, they probably did it in the second movie.
There's no carryover, even if that. And I feel like part of a movie, no matter what section of it is, you should get the feeling of who these people are. You can watch any of the original Star Wars movies and you get an idea of who the characters are just by the scene that they're in. Your character has to have these attributes or flaws or whatever, and they should be prevalent and they should have an effect on the story to make us care about it, as opposed to just watching people walk through rooms and shoot some bad guys, and there's just nothing vying for this movie. Did you just hashtag me?
Just a hashtag deep. This seems to be the final big film of the preteen, teenage literature turned into movies. You know, that started with Hunger Games, had Divergent. But I'm glad to see that this is kind of going away, because it doesn't work to me that these 17-year-olds are
able to defeat this empire. And I mean, that's movies in general. You're gonna have stuff like that. But when it's kids, it feels all the more like, you know, they just act like resolved like adults the whole time when they just encounter each other. And it's like, I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to be any older than me. If I was in half those situations, I would just be sitting on the ground just staring like in disbelief.
Or blubbering and crying. Like, what have I done? Oh no.
They just do such a poor job of illustrating their age, and it's only to their detriment.
The guy who plays Peter Baelish is in this movie as Jansen, or whatever his name is.
Bad man.
Yeah, bad man, wearing a leather coat and a turtleneck, so he's totally, you know.
He talks like this,
he literally,
so you know he's a bad guy.
Exactly.
That's his one mode. Creepy guy on the end of the hotline, just like.
There was a couple of character deaths, like Jojen, the guy who played Newt in Jojen.
Like, we're just going to refer to everyone as the Game of Thrones character.
If they got
Gus
Game of
Fring
Thrones,
is in the movie, actually.
Totally, from Breaking Bad.
Token Spanish character.
Absolutely.
They only care about just these beats in the story, but don't care about what goes in between there. So.
Just an average movie that is released in January, so you're not going to get Oscar-worthy or even fun stuff to really watch.
It's a season of movies that are put out by people who don't give a shit about them, so why should you? Don't watch it.
Yikes. So Noah, what are you going to give this out of 5 whatevers?
Oh, I was really hoping this wouldn't happen. I thought of something too when we were watching it, of like what I would... I'm gonna give it 1.5 Peter Baelishes out of 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, forgive me.
Game of Thrones Peter Baelishes or Maze Runner Peter Baelishes?
Whoever's editing this will figure it out.
That's me.
You'll figure it out.
Okay. I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5 death cures that we're just gonna ignore. And you could tell they left the movie, even though the books are done, they left the movie open at the very end. And it's like, Hollywood, they're just trying to see, hey, did we make a lot of money on this? We might make a fourth one.
No. Which they released it in January, which is a death sentence.
Not a death cure.
Not a death cure.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on The Quick Take. Thank you for tuning in. Check us out some more. We'll probably be reviewing some other dumbass movies in the near future.
Can we say something about Dan? Have a moment of silence.
He's not dead.
He will be.